Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. We are joined by Bloomberg's Kriti Gupta the morning after a weekend that marked the end of an era in Omaha. Kriti, talk to us about Berkshire Hathaway. Good morning.
Good morning, Nathan. Yeah, the Oracle of Omaha stepping down after 60 years at the helm of one of the world's largest companies, and investors are not happy. Totally natural, I would imagine, but you are seeing that reflected in the shares this morning. Berkshire Hathaway, we always look at the B-class shares, so BRK/B is your ticker, a little bit of a wonky one there. Down about 2% this morning, trading at a $529 a share. So you are seeing, of course, some broader drops there. The successor to Warren Buffett, although surprising to even him until his name was announced, will be Greg Abel, someone who is very experienced in the energy space and the insurance space as well. You look at the analyst commentary from across the board, they're likely talking about a transitional year. Those are the words of CFRA research. So you see a couple of hold ratings on the stock this morning, just given that it is still unclear of whether or not there would begin to be some sort of transitional change or vision change in terms of that. So any potential changes around how the company is managed is a little bit of a question mark right now. Nevertheless, that's the commentary coming out from the analyst community this morning. Shares down about 2% for Berkshire Hathaway. Nathan, it's not the only one taking a little bit of a hit this morning. Netflix is also down and down big. This comes after Donald Trump in the wee hours of the night talked about issuing a 100% levy on foreign films. Now, this is a really big deal because, of course, this affects Hollywood. He cited the likes of Jon Voight, among other actors, who had appealed to him, talking about the decline of basically made in California films. And for anyone who's been following the kind of story around Hollywood, they're still dealing with COVID. They're still dealing with constrained production timelines. They have the writer's strike, then, of course, the fires in California as well. So Hollywood has had a tough time, but a lot of their movies make more abroad than at home. So the idea of a 100% levy, if met by reciprocal tariffs from other parts of the world, could really take a beating. Netflix, of course, really taking that to heart. NFLX down about 5% this morning. They have a lot of international exposure, so keep an eye on that one. 1,098 is where the stock is trading right now. Disney shares also down by about 2.3%. DIS is your ticker, trading just shy of, just over, I should say, $90 a stock. And then we should look at Comcast as well. Also, quite a bit of international exposure, really working on their streaming platform. Not as much of a hit as their peers, but certainly down on sentiment, down about 0.8%, trading at $34 and change. CMCSA is your ticker there. Nathan, I'm going to end with a quick check on Nvidia as well, because alongside some of the other headlines around the world, there's a lot of focus on the Taiwanese dollar. And I'm not going to nerd out about this too much just yet. I'm saving it for later. But what you need to know is that Nvidia has a lot of Taiwan exposure naturally. So this is something that FX change is going to affect the stock, down about 1.4%, $112 a share, NVDA.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.